Planners, it's Tay of ShawntePlans and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be planning my December dashboard and using this deco sheet from the Sweet Planner. I also had two little freebies that matched this deco sheet, which were perfect because it gave me some extra elements to work with. And then I have this washi tape from Michaels that I'll also be including with this spread. So I'm going to start by whiting out everything on the page that I just don't need. And that hexagon, the December, all of the lines, and even those dots in the goals section. So once I have all of that whited out, I'm starting by placing down the washi tape, and I'm going to work on the birthday section first. And I wanted to start here because I had been thinking about what I wanted to do in this section, and I had a really fun idea, and so I knew exactly how I wanted it to come out, and so I felt like if I could get this part right, then I could go into the rest of the spread happy. And so I'm going to first put down the washi tape at the top and bottom of that box, and then I'm going to line the bottom of the box with this. These are they're washi strips or dividers from Honey Inked, and they're made out of her mini mandalas. So beautiful, and they make such a bold statement on the page. And then I'm taking the little fashion girl from the deco sheet, placing her right in the center, and I thought she layered over that so beautifully. To give myself a place to write the names of the birthdays for the month, I'm going to use these scallop circles from Miss and Meow, and so I'm just figuring out how I want to place them in this section. Now that that's down, I'll use my craft knife to trim where the circles hang outside of that section. And then I'm going to take my pen. I use the Staedler Triplus Fineliner pen, and I'm going to use that just to draw some lines from the top of the washi down to each one of the boxes, and that's going to make them look like they're hanging ornaments, which was the idea that I had for this section and why I was so excited to get started working on this part first, because I was really hoping that was going to come out the way that I was seeing it in my head, and it did, which made me so happy. Now I'm taking some more of those honey ink dividers and just lining right underneath the top strip of washi that I placed in that box. And so I just flipped those upside down so that they were hanging down, and I think that frames that box so beautifully. Moving on to work on the header, and I'm placing down some of the large floral deco from the deco sheet, and that's from the Sweet Planner. And then I'm just trimming down another one of the florals to put on the other side of the header, adding this little gift box. And I was trying to place it down, and I needed to put down the month script, and the script is from Netty Designs. And I realized I wanted a little bit more floral deco underneath there, just kind of peeking out. And so I'm adding a tiny bit more, and then I'll put down the December. And I thought that framed that monthly script just perfectly. Once I have my header done, I'm going to move on to the goals and kids section. And so I'm starting by adding the headers to those two sections. And so I'm using just this washi tape again to laying it down across the top of both of those boxes. And I love this washi tape. It ended up matching this kit so perfectly. And so once I have those two washi strips down, I actually am going to move to the bottom box and take that washi tape all the way across the bottom of the spread, and then going to repeat that same step with those mandala dividers from Honey Inked. And I started by placing one in the center, and then I'm just building out that strip going on either side of it. And by doing that, I knew that my centerpiece would be like a whole mandala, and where it's hanging over the edge here, I'm just going to trim that off. And once I trim off that piece, I can take it, put it on the other side, and it's going to fit perfectly on the other side, and that finishes off that whole little strip. And so I ended up only needing to use 4 of those dividers doing it that way, and so I didn't waste a lot of dividers, which made me happy. Moving back up to the goals and kits section, and I call them my goals and kit section because that's what I use them for. But the great thing about this page is you can really use these boxes for anything you want. And so I'm using these deco square boxes from Bloom Paper Studio, and I've placed that down, layered one of the florals from the deco sheet on top of it, and now I'm adding a snowflake from Mini Riot Co. And then the gold script is a custom script that I had made from Netty Designs. Then I'm going to use the snowflakes from Mini Riot Co. to create my bullet points for the goals section. And so I'm just taking the smallest snowflakes on that page and just lining them up so that I have my 3 bullet points and I can add my 3 goals for the month. Then I'm going to move down and do the same thing with the kids section, and this is where I marked each of the kits that I use for the month, the shop name of each of the kits that I use for the month. And so I've placed down the little square box from Blue Paper Studio, added another one of the florals from the Sweet Planner, which I cut that deco piece, layered the little gift box on top of it, and then the kit script is a custom from Netty Designs, and then added another one of the little snowflakes. Now to get started on the largest box, which is in the bottom section, I am placing a large floral piece in the bottom corner of the kit section, which overlaps the bottom box, and I actually put down one of the Eiffel Towers off camera, or it was out of frame, so sorry about that. And now I'm just adding my quote script. So here's where you can see the Eiffel Tower. And so I always like to include a faith quote on my dashboard page, but you can use any kind of quote you want. It doesn't have to be a faith quote if that's not your preference. And I'm layering this on top of a wreath sticker from Mini Riot Co. and adding some more of the floral deco just to tie that all in with this spread so it looks cohesive. And now I'm just adding some of the snowflakes to add a little bit of foil and sparkle to that section as well. I gotta say, I'm putting down another one of the large florals in the corner here. When I started working on the birthday section, I'd been thinking about that for so long and I knew exactly how I wanted it to go. When I got down to this section, I had not thought it out. And so I know that I want to mark my social media because this is where I keep track of my social media stats for the month. So I layered some more of those little Bloom Paper Studio square boxes on top of these little page flags which came on the freebie, which I'm basically using them as more like washi strips instead of page flags because I turned the page flag part inward and put that underneath the boxes. But it ended up making them look like little band-aids. And so you're going to see how I try to address that because I really want to soften up those harsh square lines that are just sort of on the sides of that now, making them look like little band-aids on the page. Also, when I get to the end of this, I'm really not going to be happy with sort of the placement of those boxes, but I'm just going to roll with it because it's down on the page now. But I'm putting down those boxes. I've added icons so I know which box is to mark my Instagram numbers and which box is for my YouTube numbers. And then I've used this social media script, which is a custom from Netty Designs, and placed that at the top of the box. This half box is from Bloom Paper Studio as well. In this part of the dashboard, I always like to include a quote, my social media stats, and then I add a box where I write down a special moment or memory or something exciting that happened throughout the month. So I always try to write down just like one special memory. And so I've placed down this box so that I have a place to write that. And then I'm just lifting it up because I want to add some of this floral deco that I'm going to layer underneath that box, and it's also going to overlap those what are those page flags from the Sweet Planner that created those harsh edges and looked like band-aids. And so by adding the florals where it overlapped the corners, it makes them look a little bit more like washi strips and less like and I get less of that strong, harsh, squared line. And so that made me really happy because it's really softened that whole area. So I'm using the floral deco to switch up the way that looks, and then I'm just going to now bring in some more of the snowflakes just to add some more deco to this area because I really liked the whole snowflake element. And then I pulled out these little starbursts that I had from Tassel Planner, and these are old stickers, but there are quite a few shops that offer these types of little stickers, so you can definitely still find them even though this particular shop is closed. And I'm just layering these on top of the floral deco stickers, and so when it catches the light, they're going to have a little pop of foil and make the flowers shimmer, which I thought looked really beautiful and sparkly and festive and perfect for the holiday season. Now moving back up to the birthday section, I'm adding the snowflakes to the scallop circles, which is great because it keeps the continuity in the spread because I've got the snowflakes in the other boxes. So I definitely wanted to bring it into this section of the spread as well. So I place down those snowflakes, and then I'm going to use one more snowflake and then add the birthday script, which is also from Netty Designs, and that is giving that section its title. Moving back down into the bottom box, I'm placing down this bow divider from Rose Colored Days and adding one of the presents from the deco sheet from the Sweet Planner, and then I'm just going to lift that up and that YouTube play button and kind of tuck this little floral deco piece from the Sweet Planner underneath both of those elements. Again, I'm trying to hide that harsh sort of squared off line. So we really don't want it there. And then I'm going to trim off where this floral deco hangs over the edge of the side of this box, and then I'm going to use that underneath the Instagram box. Again, it's layered over that top corner of that, what was it? It was a page flag. And so we don't have that harsh squared edge at the corner of there now. And so I feel like I did a good job making those look a little bit less like band-aids with the florals. I don't know, you let me know. But I was definitely happier by adding in the florals than before when it looked like band-aids. Now adding the finishing touch to the gold section, I'm using some more of that floral deco, one of those mini bow dividers from Rose Colored Days, and layering a couple of snowflakes, one from Mini Riot Co. and another from the Sweet Planner deco sheet. And that completes this spread. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I will see you next video. Bye.